Now that we've done this a couple times, we're going to go a little bit faster. We're looking for the empirical formula, and we're given percent composition. Let's turn those percentages into grams. We can do that if we assume we have 100 grams of this compound. And if we had 100 grams of this compound, the carbon component will be 62.1 grams. The hydrogen component will be 13.8 grams. And then the nitrogen component will be 24.1 grams. We're using 100 because it's the easiest number to use when you're working with percentages. Next, because we're looking for the formula, the empirical formula, which will be in some form C something, H something, and N something, we want these subscripts, and you can interpret them as mole ratios. Let's turn grams into moles using the molar mass off the periodic table. So carbon's molar mass is 12.01 grams per mole. We want the grams to cancel out and leave us with moles. Hydrogen's molar mass is 1.008 grams per mole. And then nitrogen has a molar mass 14.01 grams per mole. Let's put these in our calculator. (62.1) divided by 12, 5.18. Moles of carbon if we had 100 grams of this compound. (13.7) moles of hydrogen. And 1.72 moles of nitrogen if we had 100 grams of this stuff. Now these can't be our subscripts because we can't have subscripts in our formula. So to get rid of them, we can see how many times the smallest result goes into each of the other results. That's going to guarantee one of these decimals disappears. Of course, you can multiply through by 100, but then you'll have to reduce, and it'll just save time if you do it this way. But as long as you end up with the same empirical formula, which is the lowest whole number ratio, then you're good. All right, so anything in itself is 1. This up here is 3. And that's 8. So at this stage, if we're left with whole numbers, that's going to be our empirical formula. Otherwise, we'll have to multiply through. For example, if it was 3 and 3.5 or 8 1/3, we'd have to multiply by 2 and 3 respectively to get whole numbers. But our final answer is going to be C, 3, H, 8, N.